That's a look at today's movie, Seytan, aka the Turkish Exorcist. The first movie featured on my new Tubi review series, At the Tubi. I'm your host, Grady George. I'm a big fan of Tubi, which, if you haven't heard, is a vast catalog of free on-demand films and TV shows. I'm a big fan of B horror films, and there is no limit to those type of movies on Tubi. Navigating the films on Tubi can be a bit of a chore since the catalog is vast, as well as the fact that for every great film on Tubi, there is a huge stink bomb. That's where I come in. I will be highlighting great films to check out on Tubi, as well as reviewing first-time watches, like today's film, Seytan. Let's get into it. Seytan is a 1974 Turkish film, which is a nearly shot-for-shot remake of The Exorcist, which was released a year earlier, except this time with a cast of Turkish actors. The story centers around a 12-year-old girl named Gül, who begins to act strangely after playing with a Ouija board.
Ben oynuyorum. Nasıl oynandığını biliyor musun? Tabii biliyorum. Fakat bu oyun en az 2 kişiyle oynanır. Ben her zaman tek başıma oynuyorum. Nasıl oynadığımı görmek ister misin? Yani benden oynamak istemiyor musun? Hayır, ben oynamak istiyorum ama Kaptan Larsen seninle oynamak istemiyor. Kim bu Kaptan Larsen? Bilmiyorum, bir ruh işte. Ben sorarım, o cevap verir. Peki, sor bakalım. Kaptan Larsen, annem çok güzel bir kadın, değil mi? Niye cevap vermiyorsun?
Oh, snap! Her mother suspects rats in the attic, but after a dinner party featuring water sports, it becomes clear this can be the work of only one being, Seytan. After finding a book in the attic about Satan, which just happens to be authored by her boyfriend's buddy Tugril, she begins to wonder if this could be the source of her daughter's problems. But before she can set up a meeting, her boyfriend Ikram is given the old heave-ho out of Gül's bedroom window, leaving him, well, dead. Enter this guy, Turkey's answer to Columbo. This investigator refuses to accept that death was an accident and is creeping around the rest of the movie. However, outside of presumably deciding not to file murder charges on Gül, I'm not sure why he is here. Gül's mother finally gets in touch with that author Tugril, who, despite having the sweetest-ass Satan fireplace on the planet, doesn't believe in satanic possession and urges her to seek medical help for her child. After visiting Gül at her mother's urging, he begins to suspect Gül is possessed by the devil after she brings up his dead mom. Also, he finds out Satan ain't ripping off the collar of the vomit, as he likes to go with a nice burnt orange collar. Must be fall. This causes him to seek help from a local holy man who kind of looks like Zeus. This is where Seytan is kind of unique as an exorcism film. Despite being about an exorcism, there's no mention of the Catholic Church, no Bibles, or even crosses. I would assume this is due to Turkey being majority Muslim, but I have to say it is interesting to see an exorcism film with no real religious aspects. Instead, demonic possession is portrayed as an old myth, and the holy man points Tugril to a man that has performed exorcisms before, who is apparently waiting to be contacted by courier for this very moment. Kind of looking like a priest, he shows up for the final showdown with Satan. He soon discovers that Tugril lied about the orange vomit, as the producers decided to stick with what works. A familiar bedroom battle takes place, leading the exorcist to death. After mocking Tugral about his dead mom some more, Tugral decides he will not let Seytan harm this child by beating the ever-loving crap out of her.
Alçak şeytan! Senin bu çocuğu öldürmene müsaade etmeyeceğim!
After entering Tugral's body, he jumped out the window, seemingly ending the threat once and for all. Joel is seen back to normal while still being super creepy. The great thing about Tubi is oftentimes the video and audio quality has been vastly improved. That is not the case with Seytan. I believe the video was in 360p. The audio had a very horrible hum to it. But all in all, it was very worth the amount of money I had to pay to watch it, which was $0. If you're a fan of The Exorcist or just a fan of horror films in general, or maybe you and your friends just want to have a quick laugh one night, the Turkish Exorcist, aka Seytan, has a lot to offer. Check it out now for free on Tubi. Until next time, I'll see you at the Tubi.